It's story time. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to do a story time, and this one is about a good friend of mine that just vanished out of my life. She stopped responding to text messages, phone calls. She just fell off the face of earth, just like that. She was gone. It was as if this thing never happened. We were never friends. I've met so many friends while growing up, and I know that like friendship don't always last forever. People come in and out of our lives, and some friendship they just fade for whatever reasons. It's all part of life. But looking back, I've never really had any like real friends. I can look back at the time when I was in high school and think of time that I actually had like real friends. I'm talking about real friends that will be there for you through thick and thin. I feel like it's really easy to find like friends, but to actually find like real friends, that's the hard part. And once you find that hard to die friend, you want to make that friendship work. You want to hang on to them as long as you can. You don't want to let that friend go. So this story goes back to 2006 when I used to be a gym rat. I used to go to gym on a regular basis that I wouldn't miss a day. And there was this particular location that I used to go a lot, which was a women's own gym, which is where I met this person. And let's call her Lisa. We're gonna call her Lisa from now on. Like obviously that's not her real name, but just to keep her privacy, we're just gonna call her Lisa from now on. As I recall, I used to see her around a lot, and I also noticed that she was also coming to the gym on a regular basis, and sometimes we will make eye contact, but we never really spoke. But then one day she came up to me and we struck up a conversation. I don't remember exactly what led to us to start talking, and once we started talking, we hit it off right off the bat. Sometimes when you meet someone and you just click, that's how it was when I met her. And she seemed really nice and funny, and I found out that we had so many similarities. We were the same age, and from there on we decided to exchange numbers so we can actually hang out outside the gym. We would hang out whenever we could. We would get lunches together, we would get dinners, movies, we'd sleepovers. I met her parents, I met her siblings. It was really fun and I was super excited, and I thought I found the girl that was honestly going to be my best friend for the rest of my life. Especially after I've been through so many fake friends and backstabbers, I was like, whoa, this is it. I finally found a hard to die on true friend. And also, I felt like I could talk to you about anything. Like whenever I had any issues, I never felt uncomfortable or open up to her, because I know like I could talk to you about anything and she won't judge me, and I would do the same for her. So we just had that like strong connection. We felt like sisters, if you will. And also what made our friendship work long term was we also had similar interests in hobbies. We were into the same thing. And the reason why some of my friendship never worked out is because we were too different, right? We're into different things, with different interests, different hobbies, so she, for instance, they want to go out to a club and get drunk and get high. They want to party every weekend, and I'm like, and I want to go to the movies, I want to go to dinner, I want to stay in. Yeah, so we just say like a conflict of interest. Whereas with her and I, we were into the same things, which made our friendship work. So the last time we actually spent time together was when she invited me to her other's friend's wedding. And as far as I remember, nothing seemed out of ordinary. Everything was fine as far as I remember. Like I remember the night before the wedding, I had to spend the night at her place. I didn't have anything nice to wear, and she actually offered to lend me one of her dresses, one of her formal dresses. And the next day we head to the wedding, and I was the one who had to drive because she has anxiety driving in the highway. So she was like, oh, if you don't mind, can you just drive with your car? And everything went well as far as I remember. There was no fight, there was no conflict, and we had a great time at the wedding. Then after the wedding, we drove back to her place and I spent the night, and then I head home. This was the last time we hung out in person. And I remember after the wedding, I texted her and I was like, I made it safe at home, you know, I had a good time, and I'm looking forward to hang out again. And she was like, okay. And that was it. And that was the last time I spoke to her. Prior to this, we spoke daily, even though there was a period where life would get hectic and we don't speak for like a week or two, or even a month in some cases. And after the wedding, I remember I was occupied with other things and we didn't speak for like 2 weeks until I reached out, and this was around like Christmas time, because usually like during the holidays like Christmas, she would always reach out, like we would always reach out and send each other like Merry Christmas and whatnot. And I sent a Merry Christmas text message, and this was on Christmas Day, and she never responded. Then I called her so we can actually speak, since we hadn't spoken for a while, so we can catch up on what each other has been up to lately. But she never called back. I left a voicemail. She never responded to my text, nor had she called back. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, well, she could be busy, so I didn't think much of it at first. I was like, you know what, she'll get back in touch, no big deal. But she never did. And 2 months later, I also reached out on her birthday and sent her happy birthday text. She never responded, which was weird because she would always get in touch on her birthdays and we would go out. But when I reached out to her, she never responded at all. At this point, I started getting worried. I was like, is everything okay? Is she alright? Because our first instinct when someone just stopped responding to us with no apparent reason, our first instinct is to worry and be like, are they okay? Are they still alive? So that's what I thought. I started getting worried that something might have happened to her. And we didn't have any mutual friends, so I didn't know if she was alive or not. I checked her Facebook and it appeared that she hadn't posted for a while. This was not unusual because she was hardly active on Facebook. So I was like, you know what, it didn't mean anything. So at this point, I didn't know if she was just ignoring me because I couldn't pinpoint what I did wrong, if she was still alive. So there was no way for me to ask anybody like what's going on her side. So I came up with a plan. I had to ask my other friend to call her phone to see if she would respond. I just wanted to know if she was still alive, because obviously she wasn't answering any of my phone calls. I wanted to know if she would still answer if someone else called her from a different number. At least if she's ignoring me, then my mind will be at ease of like, okay, she doesn't want to talk to me for other reason. But at that time, I had no idea. I was worried sick. And to my surprise, she actually answered the phone when my other friend called her with her own cell phone. She actually answered. And that's why I wanted to know if she was still alive or not. So at that point, it became clear that she was just ignoring me and not returning all of my phone calls and text messages. But then why? I started to think, why? I had no idea why. I tried to rack up my brain to see if I had said something wrong or if I had done something wrong. But I could not pin down an event that caused a rift. So I was baffled, like, what did I do wrong? Why is she not talking to me? I was like, you know what? For whatever reason why she just want to speak to me, I'm just going to leave it alone and let her come to me when she's ready. So I didn't know if she was going through personal issues and she needed space. I had no idea what was going on in her life at that point. So I just decided to left it alone and let her come to me when she's ready. And she knows where I am and she knows where to find me, like whenever, if she ever want to talk to me. So I left it alone. But then about like a year later, I ran into her in a grocery store. I actually didn't see her. She is the one who noticed me, and then she came to me. I actually didn't see her. I was busy like doing my grocery shopping. And then she called up my name and I was like, whoa, it's Lisa. And then she was like, how are you? You know, she spoke to me as if nothing happened. She's like, how have you been? And I was like, I've been okay. It's been a long time, you know. And then I told her that I had tried reaching out to her like more than a few times and she never responded. And I asked her, is everything okay? Like, I just thought you didn't want to talk to me. That's why we haven't spoken for a long time, because I did try to reach out to her and she never responded. And then she was like, I just have been going through so much and I have been annihilating from everybody and I just wanted space. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she was like, maybe we can hang out sometime this summer. We can plan something up. I was like, yeah, sure, that'll be nice. You still have my number, right? And she was like, oh, let me check my phone. And she was like, what's your number again? I was like, and then I gave it to her. We did finish shopping together, as far as I remember. And then after that, we said our goodbyes. So I was like, you know what? And then she was like, I'll call you so we can plan something out and we can hang out. It's like, okay, sure. And I was happy again. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I didn't take it personally anymore. Because prior to me running into her, I was constantly thinking, what did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? Once I ran into her and then she confirmed that, like, you know, she was going through personal issues on her stuff and it had nothing to do with me, I was happy again and I was looking forward to actually hang out again like all times. I remember I sent her a text message after we ran into each other. I was like, oh, it was nice seeing you. I can't wait to hang out again. And she never responded. I was like, okay, maybe she'll get back to me. And to this day, I never heard from her and it's been 4 years. So at that point, I just concluded that for whatever reason, she doesn't want me in her life. And that was it. We were actually friends for like 15 years. And I honestly thought she would be in my life forever until death do us apart. I never thought our friendship would end in a million years. So whenever a friend stopped communicating with us, no reply to text messages, phone calls, emails, or whatever, we start to get worried. Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong? But then when we discover that everything is alright with them, they are healthy, they are alive, but they won't talk to us for whatever reason, we start to feel a sense of betrayal. Other than being busy, tired, phone broken, and other minor excuses, there could be so many reasons why friends stop talking to us. And those reasons could include change of personal issues, or maybe something's going on in their lives and they want space, they just want to alienate themselves from everyone else. Or it could be hidden conflict, or maybe you've done something wrong and they don't want to talk about it for whatever reason. And I did ask myself if I've done something wrong. They just find like it's just easier to just stop all communication than get into a confrontation and tell you exactly why they don't want to be your friend. They could never bother to tell you what you did wrong, yet you have no idea what you did wrong. And that's exactly how I feel, yet I have no idea what I did wrong and why, and what were reasons to stop talking to me. And if they cannot open up if you've done something that affected them, how are you supposed to know? You simply cannot. Like, you may ask yourself, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Because for me, the way that I look at it is, even if I did something wrong that I'm oblivious to, it's still more about them. Because anyone who's genuinely interested in maintaining a friendship with you will try their best to resolve a conflict and get to the root of the problem. Otherwise, they are simply not interested in the connection you two shared anymore. That's just how I look at it. If they are genuine and open, they will do the best that they can to let you know what's going on. And they will try their best to keep a healthy friendship with you. So the simple fact that they cannot be bothered to tell you what's wrong and why they don't want to be friends simply means, for whatever reasons, they are no longer interested in maintaining a friendship with you. I know friends come and go. We cannot always rely on people to always be there for us. But regardless, when you don't get that closure, it's always painful. Because that closure is so much important. Even if you have personal issues with someone you are blocking out of your life, which is why you no longer want to be friends with them. Like, how can they possibly know what to improve on themselves if you don't open up the reasons why you don't want to be friends with them anymore? Like, they won't know simply. So that closure is very important. So for whatever reasons why that friendship ended, I guess I will never know. But at this point in my life, I have accepted that she was in my life for a reason, and I have moved on and I'm trying to make connections with new people. So I've accepted the fact that, like, that friendship is gone, and friendship don't always last forever. So it is what it is, I guess. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. And share with me down in the comments some of the reasons why you stopped talking to a friend, or if you had friends stop talking to you for no reason or for any reason. Share with me down in the comments, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye.